Hey, this review is going up as a stream because YouTube will not process the video. I've been waiting. Gosh, I must have recorded that at like 8 o'clock, and it still hasn't gone up, and that's intolerable. That's freaking intolerable. So hopefully this looks okay. Hopefully this works out okay. I've never done just a comic book review on a stream before. I don't think. So it's totally new, totally different for me. I'm trying to remember everything I had to say because it was a couple hours ago that I did this. I'm kind of cheesed off. I had a really frustrating experience in Splunky on Twitch. Anyway, you don't care about any of that. Let me just pull the stream up on my desktop here so I can see if chats come in. I'm having a lot of difficulty accepting that YouTube just really hated this video. Let me just go ahead and delete the uploaded video. It's useless to me now. Goodbye video. See ya. Let's go over to my live stream. Yoink. All right. So hopefully. Oh yeah, it does look okay, doesn't it? Great. Well, we've been looking here at the cover for a little while. Let's move this down just a smidge, I think. There we go. It's not bouncing too bad. I apologize for a little bit of sway there. So Guncats, it's a series that I have liked kind of in spite of itself, despite the art. The art is definitely the weakest link in the book. Now, they do start with a cool logo. The cover here is the coolest part of the book. Let's push that up just a little bit so you can see everything there. The cover has nothing to do with the book. Look at this. It's pretty exciting. You got like the Sarlacc or something down here, like they're trying to eat them. She's using her like psychic powers to explode tentacles, although that seems like that might be a bad idea because she's just going to fall into a ravenous, hungry mouthful of teeth or something. But, you know, whatever works, right? Whatever works. We go to that same piece of art in the interior. Oh, okay. Now, we're about to get to the best part of the book here. This introductory chase sequence is actually kind of cool. It's kind of fun. It has some weaknesses, namely the pink coloring from that sign. I don't like the way the pink hue is rendered here. I think it looks bad. I think it looks a little wrong. But that's just my opinion, you know? Maybe you have a different opinion. And I would give the colorist a harder time, but we'll see, like, when we flip over, that it's just this magenta that looks kind of ugh. And maybe it's even the printing process and not the actual original art. I don't know. So anyway, we're watching this dude walk. He's hiding something in his coat. He's walking. And I only know it's a dude because they refer to him as a he. All right, so we get here. And we get an introduction. And this was great. If you've played Broforce or you've played Borderlands, you know when you run into a boss encounter, the boss gets this cool expository splash. Just boom! Right there. This dude got it. The outlaw. Colin Song, wanted alive for theft. 1 million buckaroos. I guess that's like alien space bucks. I forget what they call their currency. Only 1 million? That's insulting. It's more than enough for us. She's pointing her gun, there's the dog, and he runs. Wouldn't you run? Now, we're going to stop here, and we're going to look at his chin. Alright. Look at his chin. Comes down. This isn't the best pin for this. And it goes like that. Like the chin right here. It kind of comes to a point. Okay. Look at his chin here. Comes down and makes a shape like that. It's very flat. Do you notice that these are not the same shape? If you've noticed they're not the same shape, congratulations, you noticed the thing that was driving me nuts. The mystery of the chin is what I like to call this, because I couldn't stop looking at it. This guy's chin changes shape subtly from panel to panel all the time. Now we get here, and we got this blue light getting cast on him. It actually looks pretty cool. It looks a lot better than the pink does whenever the pink shows up. The blue looks better. So he runs, and it's a setup. They're trapping him. So she gets out her Super Nintendo Super Scope and shoots him with the Super Scope. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I played this game on my Super Nintendo when I was at a friend's house. A friend who had the Super Scope, because I didn't have the Super Scope. I had the Power Glove for the NES instead, you know? It's so bad. Dude gets boloed from the Super Scope. Now, great. It's over, right? Nope. Just as they're dealing with him, pew, 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 pew. Dude shows up with his laser rifle. Pew, 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 pew. So they kidnap the guy that they're kidnapping, hoist him over her shoulder. She's really strong or he's really light. Let's go back. Look at this pose. If you can even see it. The art's kind of muddy right there. Like, look at this pose. What is that? I know he's running, but it doesn't look right. It looks stiff. It looks even worse in this panel. Something about this angle, or maybe it's this leg here, it's wrong. It's wrong. It does not look good. Oh, you're in trouble. Anyway, so it turns out that this guy and the kidnapped victim, were actually setting up our bounty hunters, and they get captured, taken aboard a ship, and, well, before we get there, I have to rip... Hold on. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at the panel layout. This is actually a nice panel layout. So we got kind of a dynamic thing. See the action lines where the floor is? Like, it looks fine. There's a lot of flat background here that's not very interesting. Flat background, flat background, flat background, flat background. Flat background except for the light from the laser. Boring angle, boring angle. Now, boy, I'm tearing this apart, but what I want to get to. There was a lost opportunity here to make this laser line up with the top of the panel. Like, you're giving us kind of an interesting thing going on here with this slash on the panel. This is probably a weird angle down on this guy's face. Here we're underneath and kind of looking up with him. There's some actual interesting choices here, some things that make this book kind of good. If we get over here, I'm not sure what this angle is. She must be hunched down at a kind of odd angle picking him up. Then we get these like slashed panels again. And this one, I think the middle red line, or middle white line, the core of this laser blast, it's really close to going along with the top of the panel. You should line things up. It adds, you know, alignment helps. So I kind of like some of these panels. Here's like a kind of looking above and down view. But even so, there's still a lot of flat angles. Oh, great. Next page. It's time to murder the art. What is going on with these backgrounds? Let's look at the backgrounds. Okay, we have something here. Great. Gray, gray, gray. Gray, 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 gray. Gray. Something here. Gray, gray. Something here. Gray. What are we even looking at here? Is she actually cutting him free? Because I guess she is. Okay. At his... What body part is that? Is that his leg? Yeah, he's boloed around the legs. I didn't see that before. It's boloed around the chest. Yeah, there must have been two bolos that got fired. It's not apparent from the art here that two bolos wrapped around him instead of one. One at his legs and one at his chest. Anyway, flat panel, background, great. Now, It's all flat gray. I understand you're in a subway station. It's made out of concrete, or since this is in space in the future, it's made out of space concrete, which is the most gray substance known to man. What am I looking at? I can tell they're standing on this thing. I'm guessing this thing is the floor of this, because see, you've got darker gray over here. Shouldn't there be a wall or something interesting happening? Like, you know how easy it is to make something interesting happen on the ground? You just take your pen and you just kind of scribble some little splotchy things in, and suddenly there's interesting stuff, some little greebling on the ground. Makes it a little bit more interesting. Over here, look at this, all right? Okay, actually, I'm looking at her feet. What are they even standing on? This has got to be the side of that thing, and her feet are in front of it? Is that a step? That has to be a step. Why is there a step there? But that doesn't make sense, because that means her feet are like floating. Okay. I'm kind of glad I'm streaming this now, because I didn't see that the first time when I recorded the review that YouTube has not processed 3 hours later. What I was going to tear up is this. Look at the wall back here. Now, we are actually in kind of an interesting angle here. We're looking side on, but not really. We're kind of at a funny angle with respect to the horizontal here. Like, there's actually a little bit of neat stuff here. I kind of liked this sequence right here, where we're looking at him, his chin shape again. We're looking at him, and we get his point of view looking up. I actually really like that. I wish they had kept it so that when he's here, we're still looking up at them. That would have been an interesting way to lay that out. It was not taken advantage of. Okay, anyway, back to this panel. So, wall, something mysterious where feet can exist while people are hovering. Wall. What is this? Is that the ceiling? Or is it the wall painted a different color? You can't tell by looking at it. You know how you solve this? You put like a vertical pipe right here, like, okay? Well, hold on. Let's demonstrate. I'm not going to mark up my comic book because I'm not that kind of person. But like, let's see. What angle is that at? So that's kind of like at an angle like... Man, my alternate pen is just not writing very well lately. Let's try my Coffin Comics pen. So we have a line like this. So we have a wall. This pen's also not writing great. Man, swag pens don't write well. And then we have this flat thing. Oh, actually it's going like this. So we're doing something like this. I was a physicist. I can do straight lines by drawing over them repeatedly. All right, so here's the space we're working in. This is the wall back here. It's a little more exaggerated because I made this line steeper than it is here. But if that's the case, this is my vertical. So we're drawing like a pipe, put a little fiddly thing here. You know, maybe there's a, you know, nozzle, a little spigot or something like. There we go. We now have an emergency water supply in the subway. Oh, but what's going on with this roof? Let's look at the angle of this. Oh, wait, we can't tell that there's an angle, which is why there's a problem. So you go, okay, here we got a pipe. Well, the pipe has to go into something, so you just draw it going up into a little thing on the roof. And maybe down here at the bottom, you draw a little thing where it goes down into that. That's all you have to do. Now, suddenly I know that this is a roof. Now, if you really want to get ambitious, you can be like, you know what? They poured concrete. And if you're pouring concrete, you're pouring it in slabs. And you lay some lines down like that. And now I know this is not the vertical. This is some orthogonal thing. This is the ceiling. It's the freaking ceiling right here. It's not hard. It's not hard. This would have took the person who did the line art just 3 lines and you're done. Oh, over here, we can draw a line. Like that. You're done. You don't have to think about it too hard. So what is this behind this guy? Is that the ceiling? Is that the floor? Is that the wall? It's not the wall color. It might be the floor color. It could be the ceiling color, but we're not really looking up at him. This is like a straight-on shot. He should have the wall behind him. All this art's killing me. I really wanted to like the book. All right, so anyway, after this, taking aboard the spaceship with this guy because him and his friend were setting them up even though they were being set up, so it's like a double setup. We get over here, and they fake the dog thing being sick, and so this guy comes in to check on him, and he turns to deal with her and the dog, and she kicks his gun. She kicks his gun. You know how guns fire? You take a gun, you squeeze the trigger. You squeeze the trigger. That's probably a bad motion because I don't actually have a firearm in my hand, but you squeeze the trigger. That fires the gun. Now, he probably has it's a space gun, so he probably has a space safety that's probably engaged. It shouldn't fire. Now, remember, she has psychic powers. She's using them right here on the cover. Guy walks in, why doesn't she just go and make his head go like that? I don't know. She's got unlimited cosmic power, and we're not using it. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, she shoots the wall. That starts a fire. The fire sets off the smoke detector. The smoke detector shorts out the electronics. The electronics was the only thing projecting this force field that was keeping them all contained, and so now the dog eats him. Chomp. Done. Now, there was a running gag. Earlier, she said this guy was cute. And then while they were held captive, she was like, if he walked in here, I'd probably make... And he was like, let's make out. I'd probably make out with him. So this is a running gag. It's Chekhov's kissy face, all right? You're thinking, what's that got to do with anything? Well, they break out. And they're like, yo, let's go catch that guy and get the bounty on his head. Whoosh. Here they are, chasing the guy through his own ship, because, naturally, he doesn't get a gun and shoot him, or space the decks, or anything like that. He just runs for an escape pod. I mean, that's what I would do, clearly, on my own spaceship, where I have complete control of the ship, is I would just run away. So he's making his escape. She tackles him. They fall kind of in the doorway of the escape pod. They get up, they're going to wrestle, and they wrestle with their tongues. Oomph. He hits the button, they leave. The end. I mean, it's not really the end. There's some stuff. The girls get a bounty on their head because they're messing with her business. And then we get 3 pages of text messages. Now, the text messages are plot relevant. They actually kind of matter. The dude is like texting, trying to pretend to be somebody else, and blah, 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 blah. But the thing that got me, we couldn't even get 3 original pages of text message. We got 2 2/3 pages original text message. You know what, you, Callan? You spelled Arzurian wrong, or Arusian, whatever. Hi. Chance you'll give it back? So now check here. You were robbed. Wait, what? You were robbed. Wait, what? Now, that's the same thing as is over here. So this part of the page, this much of the page, isn't even new text. It's not even new text. You couldn't put like 3 or 4, well, not even that much. Three text boxes down here of her swearing at him to give us at least all brand new text on this page. I want to know why the art in the whole book doesn't look like this. Like, this art is pretty nice. They're cute. Even over here in his stand-up thing, Callan's art doesn't look that great. If I'm totally honest. So that's Guncats number 3. I spoiled the heck out of it. I'm grumpy. And in the end, I'm disappointed, man. I had a little fun in the first part, that opening chase sequence and the betrayal. Like, I kind of enjoyed that. And then as the book wore on, I stopped enjoying it. I'm sure I'm going to pick up number 4 because I'm a sucker. But this book did not do anything for me. Boom. There you go. Now you got it. I'll see you next time. You have a great day. Uh, I saw a couple people pop in and watch my stream because I can see the little number right there next to the icon. It says 1 right now, but earlier it was higher than that. So thank you for viewers who came in. If I remember, I'm going to put some stuff to click on here, so you might want to click on that stuff when it appears. And otherwise, I'll make sure there's some social media stuff down below that you can click on. Like, you should come hang out on my Discord server. It'll be awesome. Until next time, you have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow for my new comic book day stream. At least I hope so. Bye-bye.